It's 2 in the morning, and John's phone lights up on the nightstand. Low balance alert. He swipes it away without reading, the way you'd wave off a fly, and falls back asleep in a house that costs more than most people earn in a decade. On paper, John is winning. $200,000 salary, leased German SUV in the driveway, a job title that photographs beautifully on LinkedIn. Now meet Elena. Same company, same Monday start, same $200,000, same everything. Except Elena sleeps fine. Her car is older and paid off. Her place is smaller, and there's a quiet, growing number in her accounts that means she could walk into her boss's office tomorrow and quit. Same income, opposite lives, and the whole difference comes down to one number on both their paychecks that neither of them circled. When you see how big that gap gets, it's going to make your stomach drop. My name is Nick, and today we're figuring out how you can make great money and still be dead broke. If you've ever looked at your income, then your bank account, and felt like the two numbers were, and this isn't financial advice, it's just me thinking too hard about why smart, hardworking, well-paid people keep waking up feeling broke. And before you decide this isn't about you because you're not pulling 200 grand, stay with me. This isn't a story about rich people problems. It's a trap that works exactly the same whether you make 60,000 or 600,000. John is just standing further up the same ladder you're on, and everything happening to him is waiting at the top of it for you too. So let's make sure you see it coming. Here's the reality nobody says out loud. A high income and actual wealth are two completely different machines, and most people spend their lives assuming they're the same thing. They chase the raise, land the raise, and wait to feel rich, and the feeling never shows up. Income is what comes in. Wealth is what you keep. And the gap between those two is where a shocking number of high earners quietly drown. Here's the number that should make you sit up. Depending on the survey, somewhere around half of Americans earning six figures say they're living paycheck to paycheck, not people scraping by on minimum wage, people pulling in $100,000 or more. And even at the very top, roughly 1 in 3 people earning more than $200,000 a year say the same thing. 1 in 3. Making a fifth of $1 million a year, still stretched to the last day of the month. Now, some of that is self-reported, and feeling broke and being broke aren't the same. So let's use a stricter measure. The Bank of America Institute looked at real account data, actual spending, not vibes, and found roughly 1 in 5 households earning more than $150,000 a year is burning almost everything that comes in on necessities. One of their own economists put it bluntly. You bought a house, you bought a couple of cars, and before you know it, all your money is going out to bills. That's the whole trap in one sentence. But where does the money actually go? Because $200,000 is a lot of money. So let's follow it dollar by dollar and watch it vanish. Because the first thing that happens to a big paycheck is that a huge chunk of it was never really yours. Let's talk about the part everyone underestimates. Taxes. Not in the angry uncle at Thanksgiving way, but the mechanical way a large salary shrinks before it ever touches your account. Say you're single, pulling that $200,000. The federal government runs a progressive system which most people badly misread. When you cross into a higher bracket, only the dollars inside that bracket get taxed at the higher rate. So no, a raise does not secretly make you poor. Let that myth go. But here's the flip side that bites. Every additional dollar you earn at the top gets taxed at your highest rate, so John, celebrating his shiny new raise, watches a third or more of it evaporate before it lands, then stack on payroll taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, plus a little extra Medicare surcharge once you cross $200,000 just for you high earners as a treat. Then add state income tax, and this is where geography quietly mugs you. If John lives near the coast in a high-tax state, he hands over another fat slice. If Elena had taken the same job in a state with no income tax, she'd keep thousands more of the identical salary every year. Same offer letter, wildly different money hitting the account. Add it all up, and a high earner in a high-tax state can watch 35 to 40% of a big salary disappear before he buys a single thing. So that $200,000 life, He's really budgeting around more like 130. Now, here's where I have to be fair, because it'd be easy to make this all the government's fault and move on. It isn't. So let me steelman the other side, the argument you're probably half thinking right now. Maybe John just has no discipline. He makes a fortune. After taxes, he's still clearing more than most families ever see. Plenty of people raise 3 kids on what he pays for parking. Nobody forced him into the leased SUV. By this